Hey, so here I am in the Chile airport, 4 flights down, 1 to go. It's like 4:30 in the morning right now. Been sleeping mostly in the airports. Yeah, 1 flight to go, pretty long layover. There is in fact a Dunkin' Donuts in this airport, and you better believe I'll be hitting that up. Anyways, looking forward to Paraguay. Take it easy.
I'm here in Chile, down in South America, with potential President Felipe. Felipe, tell me, what sort of reforms are you going to bring to the people of Chile? Tell us about your hat. Do you like your hat? All right, well, that is Felipe running for president. He pleads the fifth. Thank you.
Gozar yo quiero entre tus brazos, mayor que te daña y
Hey, what's up? Just finished my first week here in Paraguay. This first week was a real time of the staff pouring into us as athletes to equip us for the rest of the time. Basically, a guy named Paul Huggins came in and worked with us on integrating faith and sport. We went through class times where we would discuss and learn about, having an audience of one and where our motivation comes from, what inspires us, where do we get our identity, and really good things to think about. Then we took those principles each day after the class period and went into what was called an on-court session, where we were put in different trying scenarios and able to apply those things. After this week of training, we were put into this intense 16-hour non-stop athletic event called a special, and that's stands for spiritual principles plus exhaustion equals confidence in an almighty God, or almighty Lord. And basically you're brought to the brink of mental and physical exhaustion, and it really makes you discover who you're letting drive you. Like, what is my motivation? In addition to that, that 16 hours were taken through the last hours of Jesus' life, where it really gave me insight into what Jesus was going through mentally, as he had to make these choices to keep going and to go along with the plan. All of it culminated into a hike up a mountain here in Paraguay with a board across our backs like a cross, and it was a really humbling experience, pretty life-changing, and very cool. So I'm really looking forward to pouring into the people of Paraguay and seeing what God has to do in me and through me next. Hasta luego.
El sufrido arriero de mi tierra indiana, con machete al cinto, sombrero pirí, despierta en el alba con sus esperanzas.
Hey, so things have been going well. We did a camp with some kids that either have AIDS or are affected by AIDS. It was a really cool experience. The kids were really hungry for love, and they had a blast. It was awesome. We were able to do the camp with them, and then afterwards we shared about the love that God has for them. It was a pretty cool experience, playing with these kids, knowing that their time is probably very short, so it's pretty humbling.
Tu estampa de bronce es fuerte y soberbia, igual que el talle cañero, cañero.
Hey, so we did a camp with street kids at a soup kitchen.
was a really interesting experience. These were some of the hardest kids I've ever met with in my life. Like, very jaded and just closed off and tough, extremely tough. A lot of them are, strung out on drugs, and several of the kids weren't allowed in that day because they were high, so they didn't get to do the camp with us. But got to tell them about Jesus and show them a good time. We're actually going back there to set up a big net that'll keep their soccer balls from going over the fence. Anyways, just God's still moving. He's been doing a lot inside of me, and it's been cool. So, see what happens next.
Repica el machete, su embriaguez de sol.
Cañero,
Cañero,
cañero, cañero.
So if you're hearing that sound, there's actually a helicopter flying around. There's a military base across the street. Anyways, yesterday we drove about an hour to do a camp with some kids that are a part of this after-school camp thing that a local guy runs, and we went out there to run a camp. On the way, I asked the Athletes in Action guy how many kids would be coming. Oh, 20. Cool. So I get there, and there's about 14 kids, and I start thinking about what we're gonna do, and next thing you know, I find out, oh, we're waiting for some kids to come from the school. So I, maybe we'll end up with 30 kids. So I start planning what we're gonna do and trying to get things sorted out, and then kids come, and more kids come, and more kids come, and more kids come, until there are 110 kids at this camp with only 6 of us to run it, and nowhere near enough soccer balls. Only 6 of us could come because our bus broke down, so we had to go in a van. And yeah, it was pretty crazy, but everything worked out. It was really awesome. The kids had a blast, and once again we were able to tell them about Jesus and relationship with God, and it was really cool. It's always amazing to me how hungry these kids are just for attention and for love, and maybe something they don't always have in their lives, so it's pretty awesome.
Alma y corazón pongo a decir, viva mi patria, tierra gloriosa, viva mi luna tan tropical, porque toda en pie belleza, lugar querido